guys. I'm live. I'll wait for some people to go back. Um, get live and kind of watch us to make sure we have this. Give them some time to accumulate, and I'll get into the video. Let me grab my hat, by the way. You guys can hear me. You hear my dog chewing down. Sorry it's so late. I was going to do this earlier today. As you guys know, the power went out, and then I got on some game earlier that you guys were gaming. I started to do some videos on that because it's season 1. So I had to catch up on that, show you guys what I could do, what you guys get. And then on top of that, I had, I think I'm not streaming Horror Royals. I don't know why I keep saying that. I need to fix that. I've fixed it so many times and it still shows up the same shit. Don't know why. Don't know how. Just does it. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of viewers do anything lately, but yeah. I know it's kind of late. What time is it now? I think it's around 10 or 11. This is not going to be a long video like before. Kind of just found out some news, so yeah, I have. Now, what I'm claiming here, if you guys watch the title, it's pretty big, dude. I'm gonna let you guys know now that this was not clickbait. This was given to me information by a friend of mine who works at GameStop, and I will not reveal his name or their name or her name, whoever it was that you claim you might think you might know. Don't try to guess it. I am not looking to get this employee in trouble. This is a lot of reasons why. Things like that. No, wasn't my girl. She's not working at GameStop. We've covered that. I thought you guys know we kind of did. She was going to start. Things didn't work out. So, not because of the manager or nothing. She tried so hard. We thank you for her, but that just didn't work out so well. But everything that's going on with COVID right now, they're not allowing more hours. They're just not, and that's nothing against them. They have so much they can only do. Guys, do not be pissed off these employees. I'm going to make this very clear right now. It's not the employee's fault. What I'm about to tell you, it is not. And I want to make it very clear. It is not the employee's fault. I don't know if you guys want to hear that, if you guys want to see that. It's just not. I think, guys, you just have to relax and let things go. I think I'm going to cover this so you guys can see me a little bit more. Yeah, we had McDonald's. That's how late it is, guys. We don't even have our blankets up yet. It's been a long day. As you see, I'm kind of clearing out the house, reorganizing it. There's a lot of stuff in this house when we got it. Old cabinets. A lot of the rat issues that we've been dealing with that we're trying to eliminate on. Power issues. We have to fix the bathroom. Still fix the kitchen. Still fix, the bedrooms, the walls in the back a little bit that you guys kind of see behind my collection that we just kind of covered up to kind of allow less cold air to go through. But the bottom door we have to fix. We have to find a new door. There's a lot that we still have to do in this house that is just taking time, and with COVID being everything it is and people overcharging for everything, it's just really, really getting hard to get simple things done. But you know what? My editor's busy and I'm busy, and this game right here has been one of the sore subjects of 2020 along with the PS5s. And, I mean, it's been 8 years in the making. There's a lot of controversy going around about it. There's a lot of other things going around about it. And those people who are having, I get it. Get your return, get your money. I'm very grateful that Sony decided to finally change their mind and say, we care about our customers. I think it's kind of bullshit that they started like that. We tried to make our customers, because if that was the case, they would never try to deny it, that they would let you guys do it. They didn't want it in the first place. They weren't going to refund it, knowing that the game was broken already. They were straight up not going to do it. And for them to come out and say they're little, oh, we tried to make customer service happy. Like, that was what you should have done. You should have never. That's bullshit. If you were going to strive to make customers happy, you wouldn't even think about telling CD Projekt no, you couldn't refund them digitally because they're all private sales. No, you would have automatically refunded. I know them. They would have refunded if they really cared. I think it was just a kind of a sore excuse when they did it, when they decided to do it, it was a bullshit thing just to get you guys off your backs, and they knew they weren't going to win it, so they had no choice. They had no choice. They weren't going to win it. Nobody was going to take their fucking thing. They were going to refund their cars. They were going to block their cars. They were going to make sure they get their money back from their banks, and they didn't want to deal with all that. And I guarantee that would have not gone well. Most people bought that shit with credit cards. But yes, in other news, apparently what CG Smoker says, if you ever want to go back and buy it, what's up, Random Zombie? What's up, man? How you doing? I know, I seen you, man. Yeah, dude, I got some big news. I know. So, and my light just went off, but that's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. They used to see me like this anyway. So if you guys can see, I got a camera right here, so you guys can see it a little bit better. We're talking about that. As I said, we're not here to route the employees. We're not here to. I'm not going to route out the employees. The information came from an employee that I know that worked there for a very long time, and has been a good employee to their customers. And that's the thing. Some of these employees that I think GameStop gets wrecked for is they get blamed for what the company's doing instead of what the employees can do. Employees, their hands are tied. They get emails. They get emails telling them what they can and can't do and how they're meant to push. And it really is employees. Either they don't do it or they lose their job. And, I mean, when you're looking at COVID right now and they're not thinking, oh, shit, well, if I don't do this, I lose my job. I have no income right now. It's hard enough to get a job right now during COVID. So, they're not playing around. In the state where I'm from, they can get fired for anything. They don't have to have a reason. So GameStop can just hit the fire button no matter what. And so this makes it a little bit more harder for me to come out with this, and that's why I haven't really came out with it too much. I said I knew about this for a couple days right now, and it debated me. So I went to the store, and she pulled me aside, and we got the email. The email happened to come in right when she said that. She said, and this goes through because I think somebody tried to get their game returned, and then they got a free mess all to avoid returning it. GameStop had sent the email to the manager saying, do not accept any returns of Cyberpunk 2020. Now, there is a 7-day limit. Cyberpunk 2077. There is a 7-day return policy. New or unopened, you are not allowed to do a return policy. Like, they are trying to tell them, do not return. And if they do, I guarantee that floor is going to get stabbed, and whoever returns is going to get fired. Guys, GameStop is not playing around. Their retailers are saying, no, we are not doing any returns on this game. Regardless how broken it is, we're not doing returns. Do not accept any returns. They're literally being told. And this email had just popped up. They happened to read it right out and told me. Because I was going to return this. I was. And I was like, hey, I'm about to go home and pick up Cyberpunk return. Are you guys accepting returns? Bam. Email came up right then and there before I could even return it. So, dude, guys, it's dead. It's dead. I bought this at GameStop, so there's no returning it anywhere else. I can't take it anywhere else. And I bought it the day it launched. So, I mean, no, a few days after it launched, right?
No, it wasn't that same day.
It was the same day it launched. Yeah, I did. So, I mean, I wasn't that upset about it. I said I can wait for the update, but
January or February.
yeah, some kind of update they're gonna fix. But yeah, dude, GameStop had literally came in and said, stop all returns of Cyberpunk 2020. And they know that. Why? Because most of their profits came from 2020. It went higher than the PS5s. They took a big loss from PS5s. I have other news too that I actually need to speak out on too. That you're gonna be so shocked that it's even happening still. I mean, I thought it was just happening to PS5s, but it's not. Not happening to other devices, right? Yeah. If you hear my girl in the background, she's talking to me right now. She's normally in here in this, but she's off camera right now a little bit. I think I'm taking up too much camera here. Come on in. You see, because you kind of saw what happened. I went in there with you. So yeah, she was my witness. I literally I was like within 2 minutes of me asking about Cyberpunk 2020 or bringing it up.
Yeah.
That she got that email, and it was like, do not accept any returns from Cyberpunk 2027. Guys, this is the one thing where I tell you, corporate freaking fucks up for GameStop. This is why I don't like GameStop. I mean, I like the people that work there. Some of them, it's a very select few, and if I do, I only shop at one store. I don't not
And
shop.
with that person.
And with that person, I don't buy anything else without those. The people that I'm really close to, and it's because I have a lot of respect, and I don't really like to talk about game drama on this channel because this is a gaming channel. But then again, people need to know if you're trying to return your. I don't want GameStop employees to get attacked all because they're being told no, they can't return it. It's not their fault. I mean, I see a lot of this. And a lot of it actually too, because I happened to pull up one day for Black Friday, and the morning of Black Friday, 4 guys were about to jump the manager, and she's a woman. Outside the door just because she told them that they only had 4 in stock, 2 in stock, and they were already accounted for.
And these people had been waiting
since
14 hours.
14 hours supposedly. Guys, I get it. You wait. You strong, you stay out, but ganging up on a manager whose limitation, no, it wasn't that. FedEx had stole their supply.
Yeah. Well,
They were expected to get black order supplies, and this is what's been going on lately, especially at this store. FedEx has been supposedly
in between carriers, or
no, it's been FedEx
Oh.
strictly from the company to the warehouse. It's FedEx. They don't fuck around. It's one carrier the whole way. FedEx was stealing the supplies, and they stole off with. They were supposed to receive 4 in the store. They had a sign out that night saying they were going to have 4 in store, right? And then next thing you know, there's only 4 consoles, but people are lining up all the way out past Sonic, all the way out around the building, like wrapped around the building. And I'm thinking, like, if you already know there's 4 and there's 4 people in the front of you, why the fuck would you wait there?
That's common sense.
What the?
And that day it did work.
I
I was like, oh, bloody hell. I'm going to enjoy this.
When I came up, these 4 people, as they got more and more, and she's trying to calm them down, I come up, and they don't know I'm behind them, but they're getting closer and closer. So I stopped the car because I was having to drive right through a little crack to see what was going on. And I'm like, I flipped around, I get out of my car, I walk up so fast, she's like, don't do it, don't do it. I know who was out there because I can hear it. And I'm like, that's a woman. So I'm going to go up there, and I stand kind of like right beside her, but 6 inches from her. At least 6 feet. At least, keeping distance a little bit. At least 3 to 4 feet. And I'm like, what's up? In PS5s, right? Yeah. What happened? He goes, oh man, we don't get the carrier in. She told us, oh, our carrier didn't bring them. We were supposed to get them in stock. We were getting notifications that we were getting in stock. So we had emails. I go, yeah, I mean, if they don't come in, what can I do? Put your names on the list. We get them. She don't even have to do that. But she was trying to be nice. Just do whatever you can. Calm them down. And they're getting more and more hostile. And they look at me and they go, what's up? I'm like, bro. It was like, nothing. What's up with you guys? And it's like, we've been waiting here for 14 hours. I go, I get it. But I'm going to tell you this now. If it's the issue you have is not with her, it's with Sony and Fav. We're not allowed to return our copies at GameStop. CD Projekt Red flipped it around on Sony. I guarantee they're going to flip it around on GameStop. And GameStop is going to have to eventually do it.
Yeah.
So, guys, don't let the drama go. Don't make a ruckus at the store.
Don't take it out.
Don't take it out on the staff.
On the messenger.
Yeah, they're just the messengers. But yeah, do I believe it's fucked up? Hell yeah! Because in a store, you are regarded to, by law, in the United States, you have a 30-day automatic law policy return. You cannot get not denied for a return on an unopened item or an open item. If it don't work, if it broke, and if you bought
even if you don't
bought a warranty on it, hell forbid, they're obligated by contract to return it for you and give you store credit. So they don't have to give you cash, but they can give you store credit. So remember that. So guys, if they're not accepting returns, then that's because GameStop doesn't want to lose their pockets.
Yeah.
Which it's done because it's vice versa. Whatever they do, they make more money off the used games than they do on the new games. But then they still have to pay Sony back for every game they buy or resell again. Yeah. I didn't know that. They have to pay Sony. If it's a Sony game, they have to pay Sony for every time. Every time they return the prices. The reason why the prices are so high for a used game, and you get so little. They buy it back from you for so little, but then you see it next to higher, because they still got to pay Sony this.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, there's a few issues, and this goes back to the point that I was saying. The same day I was in a store, 16 PS5 controllers were supposed to be delivered in that store, and it never showed up. FedEx stole again, and it was through FedEx. 15, and they're in between carriers right now, guys. They're in between carriers. They're trying to get switched over and all this other stuff, but you know they have to it's too much. All the back ordering, all that stuff still comes through FedEx because it's back ordered. So, also switches, were in that order as well, and so that GameStop has no switches, no lights, no nothing because, yeah. But you're talking about over 470 in product alone. But when you add in shipping and everything else like that, $500, 5,000, $500 is out the drain of their products. So yeah, they're $70 a piece, and it's not something you lose. 16 orders just went completely missing. No box, no nothing, and it wasn't calculated for. There was nothing they calculated for. They had to turn it in and say, hey, we didn't get these, but she didn't even know what to do. And that's what I'm saying, guys. As long as the PS5 thing's gonna happen, as long as GameStop uses FedEx, things are gonna happen. And that itself is a really sad thing to see. If you have family members and you're buying gifts for them, do not use FedEx. Use UPS or something else, another carrier.
Another way to be tracked.
Yeah, another way to track. If you're using Amazon, make sure it's tracked by an Amazon Prime and it's used by Amazon delivery. Don't use FedEx. Don't have them use FedEx. Request that it's done by a Amazon person to deliver in their cargo areas in their own. That way, if they're stealing it, you have a visual ID of who they are. You are supposed to know who's on that truck. It's easier to track who was on that truck. And it's easier to track which employee has been stealing, which one's not. FedEx their managers are backing all the way up. They don't care because they know that there's somebody's in that. If it's still happening from game stores. Now the weird thing is though, I don't know if people are idiots, but Nintendo tracks their shit completely way more than PS5 or Sony, Microsoft ever does. I'm gonna explain, and here's how I know why. So I bought back in, what was it, 2018, 2019?
What?
Christmas, the PS5, the Pikachu Switch.
No, 2018.
2018 for Christmas, I bought a $500 Pikachu Switch. Back then, it was going for $500. Yeah, it was $600. Yeah.
Because it came with the game too.
They came with the ball and everything, but for the whole collection, it came with that. But the reason why, even then, a few months later, it came out for like $3.99 for cheaper than that. But I bought it through
third party
Walmart, and it wasn't going to be third party. But at the time, they were all going for $500. It wasn't until they dropped, and they came out with more, and they dropped it. Then that's when they came out with $300 for that whole collection. So and this is what happened to me, and I'm telling you, Walmart saved the day on this one.
Oh yeah.
So we bought a Switch, and it was the Pikachu bundle Switch that I loved. I want to have it sell it, but long story short, we bought it $500. When I got in the box, it was missing its Eevee little thing, and it was missing. It was missing the Eevee little thing, so that was an issue there. But I was like, you know what? We'll find it. It had the controllers, but it just missed one little prawn stick that was, not there. That's not the case, though. What was really the issue was that I had called Nintendo to activate my account and insurance on it, and it said it couldn't activate my warranty or something like that. And I had to go all the way up to the management, and they go, why? They pulled the serial number on the back of the thing, and they said because it's been open and used. And I'm like, how's it been open and used? I just bought it from Walmart, and Walmart, third party, they told me it was third party seller, but Walmart tracks that and go, yeah, you might need to call Walmart. So that's what I did. I called Walmart, and he told me they told me to get a hold of the seller. Say, why was it open? Who used it? And they go, oh, well, we didn't know. I don't know who used it. I go, well, can I get my money back for a used item? He didn't want to agree to that. But then Walmart said, no, you're going to have to. So they did. They gave me back what? They gave me half back. So I wound up getting $300 off the console. But then I found out later that that little stick was gone. And I'm like, where's the freaking stick for the nunchuck? You know, so I can have it separately. And he goes, where the hell is it at? You know what I mean? Because I keep everything in my box. If you don't know me, I have boxes for all my stuff.
He literally does. He does not throw a box away.
No matter if it's a hard drive to the cables to something. Anything that has to go with the console, it's in a box. Or still box has it, so that way it's put back in this box.
And I'm gonna admit, it has very much helped us.
Yes, because
even though it takes up space.
And even though when I return it, it helps a lot of the. I get a lot of praise. GameStop loves me when I return my shit because they know, oh my god, all I gotta do is scan the barcode. Here you go. When I turned in my PS4, she didn't know that there was a barcode on the bottom. Like, you didn't have to take it out. You didn't have to take it out. You just go take it out and take it out later. Here's the scan. They love that because it makes it easier for them to know where it's at and easier to scan, especially on a day when the PS5 launched. I mean, they were not trying to unbox everything. So, with that being said,
back to your story.
Back to my story. I knew that there was something amiss. I'm like, okay, so let me call the dude again. This time he's ignoring me. It was ignoring me all week.
For a whole week.
All week. And I'm like, this is not right. I call Walmart and I'm like, Walmart, I tried to call this guy. He's ignoring me. He's not answering my phone calls. What do I do? They go, you know what? I see this thing. You had a problem with him already, right? It being used. Yeah. Goes, yeah, now I find out later that my stick's gone too. And I tried to call him the same day. And he's been ignoring me ever since you guys gave me back my refund. And I'm like, for $300, you know, not $200 off the price for a used copy. And they're like, okay. I go, you know what? We're just going to refund you the whole thing. I'm like, do I have to turn this thing in? He goes, no. You don't owe the seller nothing. You don't have to turn nothing in. We're going to cover it. It's all taken care of. You take care of what you need to take care of. We're not going to get, you know, you're not going to supposed to hear a call from him or nothing. 2 days later.
No, it was a couple hours after you called.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was because I was on my way to the store to go get something.
Because you had picked me up that day.
Yeah, I went to go pick her up. That's right.
From the train station.
Mm-hmm. From the train station, I get a call saying, "Hey, you need to return me my device." Mm-hmm. I'm like, "You took a full refund." I talked to Walmart. They told me I don't need to return you nothing. They said I could sell it, do whatever I want with the damn thing. Of course, I didn't sell it right away. I wanted to keep it. But because you ignored me for a whole week over a nunchuck, they're just like, no. And the way you treated me and lied to me in the first place, you probably lost all rights to sell with Walmart. Walmart's probably flagging you now. And he's like, well, I will fix it. I'll turn it in, and we can fix it, and we can tell you again. Get back again. A new one, and we'll just send you a new one.
It'll actually be new.
You know, it'll actually be new, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you don't know. Because if I send this back, what makes you think I'm going to trust you to send me a new one and not take any money from me until you do? I'm not that stupid. So what I found out later, that he had sold it to somebody, they had opened it, and then he took it back from them, and then he sold it back to me. And that's what really happened. I didn't find out. First, we thought it was just that somebody opened it in his company. No, he sold it to somebody. They opened it, turned it on, and turned it back to him, and he sold it back to me at full price. And I'm like, that's not fucking right. So, when they did that, I called Walmart again, and Walmart came in to the lawyers and said, you need to leave this man alone, or you're going to get, we will take action. He never called me to this day, demanding for that money.
Or for that console back.
Or for that console back. Sadly, because I moved to Texas and because I wanted the girls to be my daughter, the daughters here wanted to be closer to their dad, the real dad, and I wanted that for them since they never knew their real dad. I sold my Switch to be there for that, and that's the only time that the reason why they got that Switch back. And to this day, I still can't get that Pikachu Switch. I wish I had it. I miss it. It's one of the things that. It was a fan thing, being a big Pokemon fan, but I'm a big Pikachu fan. but it's fine. But at the end of the day, that's what I got. Now I still got the ball from it. I got the charging dock to go with it. Um, that was separate though. But yeah, dude, it was a Pokeball. I still got the Pokeball.
Yeah, you do.
I still got access to the game. It actually saves to my account. So as long as I back it up and put it in the archive, it will switch over or whatever. But yeah, guys, it's crazy. That's how far they track it. They can tell you if it's been opened, been played, been used, been sold to who, what, when, and where. I mean, if it even becomes not to where it needs to be and it didn't even hit, like, if once Nintendo realizes, I guarantee they already know that it didn't even make where it was supposed to go on their carrier. I guarantee some Nintendo's calling FedEx right now. Guarantee FedEx is answering some questions. There's no way they're going to get out of that one. It's one thing to sell PS5 consoles. PS5 consoles, they sell them. Sony just releases them, and that's it. You don't return a console to their, you know what I mean? I mean, you have to report to Sony to prove that you didn't do. I'm pretty sure store or reseller always has to call Sony first and report it, everything else. Nintendo automatically knows. They know. So yeah, this is that's gonna be fucked up for whoever decided not to turn to that store and do it. This guys, FedEx is being wrong. That's why I'm telling you, dude. If you're having expensive gifts, if you're having these things, don't FedEx them. If you have to, tell your family, you know what? We'll come down there. We'll wait for you. I'm sorry. We meet you in person, you'll get it. Or something. Figure out a way when the family visits. Wait. Don't. Parents, grandparents, don't rely on FedEx. Don't put a $500 console or $300 console or $400 console. Any console. Any game. Don't put anything that's expensive for your kids or grandkids or nephews, nieces, whatever. Keep that shit off of FedEx. Keep it off of UPS. Just go straight into
the store.
Go in store. If the store has a shipping option, let that be it. You know, they'll deal with it and it's insured by them. If you're Walmart to Walmarting it, go to Walmart. Get it through Walmart. Get it there because Walmart, they have their own transfer carrier. If it's going to one store, you tell them what it is, it's going to a warehouse, it will literally be transferred on a truck, their trucks, to that from that warehouse to wherever you're at. It's that simple, guys. Go to online ordering, say, hey, I'm ordering it as a gift, tell them what city, what information you can easily do it online, and it guarantees goes to Walmart. The truckers will not get, a lot of issues are going on with the other mail carriers. Do not rely on an outsourced company to other than the store. So if you're gonna buy a Switch for somebody, if you're gonna buy a PS5, I'm sorry to say this, GameStop, but until you get your shit fixed, no. Go to Walmart, guys. I know it's tough right now. Walmart has came up with a new thing finally that stopped bots in UK. And I guarantee that's gonna happen here as well. They combated the bots. They said they stopped. They have a new technology to combat it. So when they do go in stock again, this was happened 2 days ago. I guarantee they're already returning. They're already canceling all orders that the bots have already bought. They've been canceling them. So scalpers cannot get no more from Walmart anymore. And if they do, their UK is thinking about putting legal action in it. And I guarantee it's going to go. Eventually, UK picks up a legal action about that. They make a law over here about it. Finally, US cares about it. Well, how the UK works is when the UK makes a law,
they don't play.
America kind of makes the same law. They start picking up what the UK did, and so it's kind of UK always starts somewhere. Yeah. So guys, I'm as I said, I didn't. Thank you for watching, man. But as I said, this was going to be a quick video. It wasn't going to go too long into it. I just wanted to get the news out there to people. Do not kill the employee working at GameStop. He's just doing his job now. This guy's just being an asshole, an employee asshole. Report it to corporate, and they'll take care of it. But I guarantee they're not. Some of them are really not. They really care what happens. And I mean, this group that did this, they even said, "Oh well, there's no reason to be nice to us. We don't try to butter us up or anything." Or this and that. I'm like, bro, she's just doing her job. She's trying to make you guys calm down because you're all getting hostile over a PS5. Guys, this is a console, dude. There's no reason you go to prison for a console. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're going to prison for a console, you're damn dumb.
And honestly, I'm gonna say this: you missed out on the first pre-order, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and I almost would have never got another pre-order if they didn't come out with another one.
And he got upset, but he didn't try and take it out on them.
Hell no. And I was like, man, are you guys gonna get it? And luckily they came out with another one, and I happened to keep calling every day and finding out they're gonna get some. And finally they got leased. Something was gonna happen, and I'm like, you know what? And I watched YouTube, and somebody leaked it because maybe this game store is not gonna announce it, but somebody over there has an announcement of it. So guys, and it happens to be a hit when they do. So I haven't seen anything wrong. I know there was supposed to be a PS5 launch date with GameStop over here. Hasn't happened yet, guys. Hasn't happened. So, as much problems is going on with FedEx right now at that store, I guarantee you're not going to get it at the store. So, if you're living near me and you know what store I'm talking about, then don't try. Their stores are probably not going to get it either. You might have better off in the bigger city. Not in a Waco, not in the small area cities.
Central Texas.
Or anything.
In the small cities.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, it's crazy. That's just really crazy. You guys have to be careful out there. But I did hear some weird things. I think a lot of things blew up. Did you hear about the Walmart plea? The manager? She opens up at 7:30 in the morning. She was caught trying to pick up.
Manager?
Yeah, buy all the freaking PS5s and stuff for
her. I know about the employees, I heard that.
Yeah, the manager tried to buy all the four PS5s before the store goes in for their employees.
Hell no.
She had them on the counter, she was going to scan them all in for her employees before the people opened the door. Some lady happened to get through it, saw it, put it on freaking
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok or something, and went fucking viral.
I know. I've seen the one where she was putting some of the people on YouTube or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, it went viral so fast, and they said they were gonna call corporate if you don't release it, and that would have went so bad. Because yes, I get it. You work at Walmart. You're an employee. You've worked at Walmart.
And I've never done that shit.
Yeah, you actually had to hand a PS5 knowing that you didn't have one.
Yeah, and I had to sit next to one. And I didn't have...
Because she worked in the online ordering.
Yeah.
And there was none. And they were like, in the stores, there's none on shelves. It happened to be where she happened one day, I was like, I didn't have a PS5. I didn't even know we had them in stock. Like, what the fuck?
I didn't know. And it was right there. My coworker decided to take a break because he had to go to the restroom. And I waited out there by the Black Friday because we have it in the gardening center. It was right. I was this close to it. Like, literally right there. And I told you. I was like...
Fuck! Yeah, because I was able to get one, but she wasn't able to get one right away. And one of the things, she had to give up her console for us to get one, at least to have one in the house. So, I mean, we're grateful for it, but at the same time, we do want to get another one for her and another Xbox for her as well. But that'll be when things hit the shelves, guys. Things will hit the shelves, hopefully.
And I have to wait just like everyone else.
Yep. But, guys, you know, to be... You know, it was crazy because even if you're an employee at a retailer, you know better that customers come first. And I get it. You're an employee at a retailer. You're trying to hold out for the next console, and everybody wants to do that. No corporate is going to allow you to do that. 4 angry, pissed off customers compared to 1 employee. Doubt it. Doubt it. They're not going to give a shit about you as an employee. They'd rather fire you or can you. They don't need you.
That's not it.
They hire people like it's fucking white on rice. They rather have the customer service employee because that's what looks good for them. Any bad rep on Walmart, it's bad.
They're the ones that are going to come back with money and spend it there.
Yep. If you're on a duty, and to do it before you even open is illegal. Their job is, their cash registers are not supposed to be even scanned before.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, they're not even supposed to be, they have to be done when customers walk in the door. You cannot.
You can do it on your break, and you can do it on your lunchtime.
But you cannot do it before doors open. Nope. No, you cannot touch him. And in this, how it was caught was that you're supposed to actually, when it's bought, they walk back there and bring it to you. This lady had 2 of them sitting on the fucking counter, and they weren't even paid for yet. That's how they knew they were doing it. So when she blew up that freaking door, they go, oh, our response was, oh, we had no, we didn't know you guys were out there for that long. I go, bullshit. Because if you work at Walmart, you know there's only one way to get into your job and one way out. There's no other back door.
Not just that, but they teach you to be alert.
They know that it's no back door, and you know that there's going to be people waiting outside. I mean, when you walk through those front doors, employees walk in, they're going to know who, you're going to see a big-ass line who's there. I mean, there was a big-ass line, people. Big-ass line. You're going to know because you have to walk through the same doors they do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and your security guards are there. There's no way you're going to tell them. And managers are actually now being fired for this. If you are a manager and you're letting your employees buy consoles before employees do, or you're holding them and telling nobody no, if you're a manager and you're telling staff, you're lying to them because you've been caught lying, if you're caught lying, you are being fired. Over the PS5s.
Walmart actually did this too. They started cutting out a certain position, and I forget which one it was called. They started cutting out a certain position that they used to have, and now it's just supervisors and team leads, and I forget which one it was.
So if you're telling your customers when you go in there you don't have PS5s, no. I doubt it. They're supposed to be on the shelf. When I went in my store, they literally told me, okay, where's the headset? If it's not console, it's supposed to be on the store. So if you're looking for a headset, a controller and everything should be on the shelves. If your store has headsets in stock, it should be on the shelves. If it's not on the shelves, they're out of stock. But if they're lying about it, and you see that you have it in store, they show that it's in store and in stock online, it means they have it. If they're lying about it, you need to call corporate and you need to call them right then and there and get that employee in trouble. They are lying to you. Call corporate immediately and get the cops there because they're withholding merchandise. It's actually considered theft. Actually, I think one of the managers that tried to do that, the one that got TikTok, I think she got charged with theft.
I wouldn't say
she got charged with theft. No, because it's not
hers.
I wouldn't say
call the cops, but
yeah, call the cops because they're gonna try to kick you out, and then you don't want to get kicked out. Trust me. You'd rather call the cop and get the cop there to mediate it, and then the cop will have to verify if it says in your store why you're lying to the customer, because it's against the law to lie to customers. Yeah, there's a seller law. So if you guys don't know about, I'll get a little bit about this. If you guys don't know about consumer rights. There's a consumer rights policy that was dictated to the summers. There's a whole department on it. There's a whole department. It goes with cars. It comes with anything with this, when the whole limit law extends, all that stuff. They deal with all that bullshit. Like when cars and gas companies are overcharging for their stuff, or cars are trying to say there's a sale and send you a sale in the mail, and then you go to the store and they say, oh, they move it in the back and they say, oh, we don't have this one in stock, when they actually do, for that price. It's to get you in the door and it's a sales tactic they use, and it's one of the ones that are actually called scamming. It's also for if they false advertisement. That's the people you go through. There's consumer laws, and these laws dictate what employees can and can't do to a customer. They cannot lie to a customer. They cannot buy it. If the customer wants to buy it and an employee bought it, they have to give up their own. They have to cancel that order to the employee and give it to the customer. If the employee tells somebody that the consumer cannot buy this because they're not in stock, when they do, they're lying to the consumer. It's almost the same thing with the cars. It's actually theft because you're holding out from somebody else, that you're holding something that's not belong to you. It belongs to the company, not to the employee. It belongs to the company. And the company if the company is required to give it to the seller. So you're putting lawsuit on, they can come back and sue Walmart because they can say, oh, I can go in there and say, hey, I noticed you have a PS5 in stock. It says you have it in stock. If it is in stock, it's already advertised it's in stock. So if I don't get it that day and they say it's in stock, they can't blame it, oh, it's not accurate or nothing, because no, it's accurate. They will tell you it's accurate. And they're required to tell you it's accurate because it's required by law that they have to be accurate. It's false advertisement. So then you can go back into to law, you know what I mean, and you can sue them for false advertisement. Hey, manager's saying it's not in stock, but you guys are saying it is at the store. You guys are getting a shipment in. And there's ways to track this. I know somebody who tracked it and he did it. He got kicked out of Walmart, but I don't think he knew that he can go to the courthouse and say, hey, this is false advertisement. And so it's false advertisement on Walmart, which then that employee would never get away with that because their first action is going to be, if they knew that happened at the store with that employee, they're going to fire that employee. to cover their asses and avoid a lawsuit. That's how Walmart's going to handle it. So, guys, if you think you're smart enough for Walmart employees, do you think you're smart enough to scan the system? Know your shit before you start doing it. Know your shit. Don't think because you're behind a Walmart desk or a Walmart badge and you got security guards that they're going to protect your ass. They will tell you it's against the law for false advertisement. And if a cop's there to witness that, that is your key in. I guarantee you're not going to be happy if the cop is there to witness it. They're obligated to make sure you follow the law as well as everybody else, regardless if you're protected by Walmart. Regardless. They work with Walmart a lot, but they also know that employees are supposed to be doing their jobs, and they know that employees are just as shady as anybody else. So, no employees exempt from that. So, guys, do your shit. Own your shit. And it sucks. I get it. But it took a lot of courage for her to do the right thing. She could have walked off with it. She could have pulled it back and say, oh, we don't have it. She could have said something, and she didn't do that. She, the one hot item she didn't do. And that's because the person she knows. And two, what's the point? You know what I mean?
It says, I know everyone's after them, and it could have been for a kid for all.
You don't know. Yeah. And, because it's in stock. I'm sorry. You worked that day. You saw them in stock.
And I was on the clock, too.
You should have been off the clock. Hopefully you were off the clock in time to buy it. And then you would have been a customer. But in that moment,
I wasn't.
You weren't. So, that kind of hurts. I know it sucks, but that's the obligations you guys sign when you actually find those. You guys know that employees don't know this, but they sign waivers saying that they have to give up their rights as consumers when they're working on the clock.
Yeah, I know.
Which means they can't buy any product on the clock.
Mm.
They're not even legally allowed to buy product on the clock because it's against the law. They can't scan their own product. So managers are not even able to do it either unless they're off the clock. And they're on the clock before you open the store. They're on the clock at 8 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. So no employee would not be on a break. There's no breaks between 5 a.m. to 8 to 7 a.m. in the morning. So that's why that employee got in trouble, because she knew she called corporate. There's going to be no way to explain it.
Just started at 6 or at 7.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, there's going to be no breaks. You're not going to be able to go in and buy. They don't allow anything buy between that time anyway. It's a no buy zone. You're there to move product and that's it, because they're getting you ready for the customers, especially on the holidays. They don't play that game. So yeah, that lady got canned. And I think a few extra ladies, that lady actually got one for her son. And I think they actually got it because they knew that the minute they're going to call corporate, it was going to go bad. It was going to go bad. You cannot do that. And a police officer most likely will credit with the people before the employee because they don't want to deal with 4 people pissed off at you and causing a riot in the store. Guys, come on, guys. There's been a lot of things happening at Walmart. Come on. I get it. Some people are trying to be scandalous at the resellers, but as employees, if you guys want to make sure the community is respected, you need to respect yourselves, and you need to know what's going to piss off people. You do shit to piss off somebody, you shouldn't be working. That's it. Walmart is about the community as much as they try to be. You need to be about the same thing. If you're not going to be there, I get it, it's a job. I get you suck. It sucks. You're waiting for all these years. You're working hard. All those people are working hard too. But you're an employee. You need to do for your job's sake, because it's not worth your job. And if you think it is, great. So much be it. But I guarantee it's not just going to be your job at the next thing. If they get caught and they get sued, you're going to get lawsuited. You're going to get charged for that system. And then you're on top of that, they may charge you with theft. And when you do something to Walmart, I guarantee it doesn't pretty. It takes a lot to take down Walmart. I guarantee most reason why games are cheaper at Walmart. Sony don't even battle Walmart. Microsoft don't even battle Walmart. All your PS5 games should be $70 a month or more. They're selling them for $50.
And 60.
No, 50 now.
No, I seen Godfall was 60 and which one else? Phoenix was 60 too.
It went down to 50. Cyberpunk just went down to 50.
Not Cyberpunk. I'm talking about Godfall.
Oh yeah, okay. No, PS5.
Those are 60.
So PS5 went down to 60, which are supposed to be 70.
Yeah, that's what
by
I was saying.
Sony's agreements. But they know that Walmart's lawyers are bitch ass and they're protected by this one rule. We are a low cost savings store, which means that's the whole.
The lowest price.
We're guaranteed the lowest price.
Paying more for paying less.
Yes, that their whole slogan and whole company by what they're built on is this. So you know if you're going to go there, you have to accept the fact that they're going to take it. Now they may be willing to pay Sony the extra $10 per game they sell, and maybe they're doing that for a favor. But I guarantee no one's going to sue Walmart. Guarantee. Walmart, Target, they're so backed up by lobbyists.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's insane.
Godfall went down to $49.99.
Yep, it's insane.
Target too.
Yep, those two companies have been in the politics for years.
That's the standard.
Sony is out of country. Microsoft, Bill Gates has been in the government for years. They're gonna get it. Oh yeah, I know.
$80.
I know, but then again, I like my point, so. I get it. You're pissed. But
no, I'm not pissed.
But here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying to explain, guys. Is that we have Microsoft and Sony do not have the powers they have when it comes to Walmart and Target. The CEO of Walmart just went out and almost blasted every Republican and every Democrat on why they don't have stimulus in the Senate. Why they don't have a stimulus spell out. They need to get them out now. If you have that much power as a CEO to challenge the freaking government, that means you have pockets in the government to do so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It means that the government's in your pocket somewhere along the line. Those people are in your pocket. Which means the hell you're going to try, any company's going to try to battle them. Especially somebody like Sony. Or Microsoft. They're not going to win.
No.
They're not going to win.
I think, how long has the Sony been around anyway? Cause
Sony's been around long, but they're basically in Japan. So anything that we just do, Sony gets a rep of it. Why do you think it went up to $70? The tariffs.
Oh.
Rukia, hey man, how you doing?
The tariff, yeah.
Yep, they get fucking backhanded. That's why they're trying to move to LA right now. They're done with Japan because there's just too much problems.
Yeah.
Too many problems to try to keep their people afloat. So, I don't know if they did move, but I heard they're trying to move.
I don't know.
They're trying to move Sony over to America. I mean, they do have a America base somewhere, you know, like kind of like what Nintendo does, but they're trying to move their whole company. That's a big move. Be one of the biggest moves they ever do in Japan. But then it would hurt Nintendo because they wouldn't have no competition in Nintendo. In Japan, it would be one console only, and they're hoping they'll keep their fan base in Japan, but they wouldn't. I don't think they would anymore. Because Japanese people are very traditional. I mean, you can't do one wrong thing in Japan. One wrong thing in Japan, you're pretty much scarred as a company, as a business, whatever. I mean, it's insane. There's a lot going on with that. But as I was going to get into, it's that, yeah, if you're trying to get into this, dude, if you're trying to return it, don't return it at GameStop. They got an email saying do not refrain from accepting returns from Cyberpunk 2020.
2077.
Yep. 2077. Yeah. So, guys, it's real. It's real. This is not something you just, I would say, not something that they're playing around with, and it's messed up that employees now have to enforce that after you have a 7-day return policy, which they're going to open the lawsuits because on that receipt, if that's the case, don't even go to the employee after that. Sue GameStop if you're going to do that.
Or complain to them.
No. Sue them. Because even if you call corporate, it's coming from the higher ups.
Yeah.
So you're going to have no choice but to sue them. I would grab your receipt. If they tell you no, grab your receipt, go to the courthouse, and sue them. Say, hey, I tried to turn this game back in this date. Take the time, video yourself trying to record it. Record it. Record that you're there this date, this time. You're trying to come in there, and they tell you no. Don't record inside, but just say, if they say no, and you still have the game when you walk out, it's because they didn't return it. You know, they obviously didn't return it. Show your receipt afterwards. And yeah, but no.
Yeah.
Walmart.
Sony is letting you refund the game, but no one else is.
Walmart is. Target is. Best Buy is. They have to because they have to honor their policies. They have policies they have to honor by, and they always honor their policies.
It's just GameStop.
GameStop is being a bitch. GameStop employee, retailer, were told everybody. CD Projekt told everybody they're allowed to refund, whether it's digital or physical. The only reason why Sony decided to let things happen, which they weren't going to happen, because it was all digital. But if it was done by physical copy, if you bought the physical copy from any store, you were required to refund for up to 30 days. Other than that, they can do a 7-day, and then they have to still, after that 7 day, they can give you store credit, but then they have to give you something. Yeah, dude. So, yeah, you cannot. No, go to that store, get a receipt, show your receipt that you still couldn't return it. Make sure you prove both in it, and get a lawyer and sue the hell out of them. Because I guarantee it's going to be more than $60. And they're going to be in the court. It's worth it, dude. If you guys can take down GameStop that way, then GameStop's going to get audited. Their corporates are going to get audited. And the next thing, their shareholders are going to get audited. And they're going to be cleaned up direct real fast. Real fast. Because the only reason why GameStop hasn't been touched is because they haven't done anything to break the law. But the minute they refuse you a refund, opened or not, they refuse you the refund for a game that the company is telling them to pay to refund their customers for, and that is within their 30-day policy return, you are required. They are required to honor it. If they do not, it is a lawsuit. Simple as that. Simple as that. And United States made a real lawsuit that you have to refund it up to 30 days. That's why they can't sell your pre-orders, because you've already put money down on them. Unless they're going to refund you the money, and they don't want to refund the money. So, because that money was spent somewhere else. So, they're going to have to keep your pre-order. That's why my pre-orders are still there.
Right here. It says, not surprisingly, GameStop will not accept returns for open copies of the game. That's standard retail policy and nothing exceptional about GameStop. You would encounter the same reaction from Target, Best Buy, or Walmart. However, the memo does tell GameStop employees to direct customers who remain unhappy with Cyberpunk 2077 to contact CD Projekt Red directly.
That's what they're telling them. Contact CD Red directly. Don't even go through the about. But actually, they're being told by CD Red Projekt to refund. And they do have a 7-day policy for unopened games. Doesn't matter if it's open or not. They have a 7-day return policy within their policy. So their policy, that's lied. That they do have it in their policy for unopened games. You can test it, you can buy it, and if you have insurance, you can get your money back within that. It extends your insurance. Your insurance guarantees you a refund.
Yeah.
That's why I don't buy a game without insurance.
Right here too, it says that.
Because if a game's broke, they gotta honor your money back.
Right here, it's saying that CD Projekt Red has already said another patch was coming next week, and this memo would seem to suggest players can expect it on or around December 21st.
Alright, so there's a patch, guys. That's why I'm not returning mine. I've already tried it, but yes. That is it. Yeah, it was a broken game, guys. You guys, okay, so the reason why Cyberpunk is broken right now is because they weren't ready to release it. And everybody pushed them to release it. Everybody was struggling them to push it to release it. And guess what? We can't be upset, guys. Because if you try to rush something, what happens? Especially with technology, especially with all these problems, what's going to happen? You guys we should have just waited. We waited for Halo. Why couldn't we wait another long time for next year? I mean, it wasn't going to hurt. And by that time, they could have at least done a way better job with the graphics. Way better job. They could have added more gear. They could have added more shit. They could have added so much more to that game. So, yeah. Guys, you know, that's what happened. But, yeah, if you're trying to return it, go ahead. I would tell them that if you don't return it, though, they will get sold. They will get sued. Because no matter if their policy's in there or not, the government said they have to honor a 30-day. All retailers must honor the 30-day return policy or gifts or credit. no matter if it's open or unopened. Especially when it comes to electronics. That is a given law. That is actually a law that is put in through the U.S. government. So regardless if Cyberpunk believes it's not, regardless if GameStop doesn't want you to do it, they have to do it. Get your receipts out. Tell them you try to return it. Show proof that you try to return it. Show up that day at GameStop. Go in there. If they tell you to call CD Red, they have to return it themselves. If you bought at GameStop, they have to return it themselves. They can deal with CD Red. Not you. You're not supposed to call CD Red. You're not supposed to call CD Red. Because there's no way to get a hold of them. They're a developer company. They're not there to, they didn't take your money. They didn't take your money. GameStop took your money. So therefore, they're the right holders of the money. They can't refund you anyway. Because the money didn't go to CD Red. The money went to that store. So no, they have to refund you. That's just it. And PC version works, but you have problems. If you don't have a right graphics card, it's going to be problems. I'm going to tell you that right now. You need a 360 or higher to run that 3060 or higher graphics card and a pretty good CPU before you start running that game. If it's barely working on a PS4 console, then you need to run something higher. Remember this. PCs were not even having good graphics or anything that were higher than consoles. Consoles were beating PCs multiple times in graphics and everything else and gameplay and all that when it came to gaming. So, guys, if there's problems with it's your PC. Upgrade your PC. I guarantee when you run it on PC at its right settings that it's telling you to run it on, not recommended settings. Recommended settings just tell you, hey, it's recommended for this, but doesn't mean that you're going to get the best quality out of it. It can still run, yes, but you're going to have issues. And there's issues with any game that comes out with the battle patch, so don't even trip on that. But those are going to be minor. But the reason why CD Projekt Red did not allow, if you guys don't know who Eric is from, he goes by Nintendo Dreamcast guy, YouTuber. He had a copy of the console version for the PS5 3 days before launch date. And because he bought it and got it not through the company, they red flagged him. They told him to take it down, blah, 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 this. Because if you had the game, there was only PC versions going out. And those PC versions were only allowed for PC. They didn't allow YouTubers to test game console versions at all. And that's because they knew that the game was going to be broken before they even sent it out for consoles. It was designed for PC. It was already perfected on PC years ago before the consoles. The consoles are the ones they were struggling with, and that's why they didn't allow. They were very strict on who got to watch it, who was supposed to watch it, who allowed to test it, beta test it, who was all that. It was all through PC. That's why. The whole GameStop, the whole console version was just broken, and they knew that. So the minute he did a review on this game, they didn't want that. They flagged his video. They took it down. They literally, and that's because he didn't have to go by those rules legally. He didn't buy it from the company with their code of conduct. He didn't sign no contract saying he couldn't talk about the game. If he happened to get the game early, he happened to get the game early. There was no copyright issues on that. He had every right to freaking play it. He had every right to freaking show it, review it, do whatever he wanted to do because he bought the copy of the game. Thank you. So yeah, that's the whole reason why they didn't want this game out yet. And they knew they were going to face this the minute they launched it. They knew this was going to be a problem. They pushed it anyway. They should have just came plain and told us the truth. They should have told us that, yes, it's available on PC, but we cannot push console at this moment. But then everybody in the freaking neighborhood wanted to freaking push the console so hard and was repping them so hard that they just said, you know what? We'll give you guys what you want. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're in this mess. It doesn't look good for Future Project anyway. They should have just been honest from the get-go. That's because Google Stadia doesn't have the proper software servers to run it. And I'm telling you, you have to have a 3060 or higher graphics card and at least a CPU that's i9 10th generation series or higher, like a 10th gen CPU, you're not going to get anything lower. Anything lower will just bug. It will just bug. Stadia has a streaming service. It's not even meant to even handle that kind of graphics. Their servers can't even handle it. Their softwares can't even handle it. It's not something you don't just put in any PC. I guarantee you, if I put that game in my PC right now, it won't handle it. I have a 9, what was it? 970 990, 980 graphics card from MSI. And I have a CPU that's 5th generation, i5. That was on stream, folks. Yes, it was. She fucked with my coffee.
It's okay, I'm used to it.
The whole thing with that is that, I'm trying to explain this, is that, guys, they knew this was going to go on. Yes, but then again, it's all up to your PC's power. Guys, it looked broken on the PS4 because the PS4 setting, this thing was too crazy for the PS4. It was too broken. The PS5 had less bugs because it was more powerful. It was able to render everything. It was able to fix a lot of the problems. But the PS4 version, the only problem I had was I was 3 hours in the game, which you guys saw that, right? I go 3 hours in game, and because I didn't let Jackie walk out on me first to the door after I beat his first mission, the real first mission of the story that gets you started by stealing the robot, spoiler alert, because he didn't walk out the door first, I couldn't get back into the building to get him out, to go talk to him to finish the mission. Then I was told that I had to reset to go back to my last save. The game was so broken that I only saved, it put all my saves after the mission was over, not before. So therefore, I could never still finish the mission, no matter how many times I reloaded in. So I had to crash the game. I had to reset the game. I had to reinstall the game. I even tried that. Didn't work. Then I had to go into, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to restart the game. So that's what I did. And I said, you know what? I'm not playing this until they fix everything. That's why you have not seen me stream this for folks anymore. Because it's just that broken. So yes. At the end of the day, it's a $60 game. Guys, they could have easily charged $100 for this game. As good as it was going to come out with everything they included. And you know what? They did do you a little solid, dude. When you got this game, you got a lot of stuff for the collector's edition that nobody else would have gotten. You would have just got this game. They gave you the map. They gave you the freaking, they gave you a map. They gave you the stickers. They gave you what else? They gave you, like, hella shit.
That was it because you bought the book.
I bought the book separately. Yeah. Oh yeah. They weren't even There's a handbook that you can get. That's $30 or something like that, right? Or $20 for the paper edition. But then there's the hardcover book that was only going to come. The guide that was only going to come with the collector's edition. They wound up selling those too. You could actually buy those. You weren't going to get those. The only thing you're not getting is the statue. So everything from the collector's edition that was originally in the collector's edition, they canceled those out and they said no to the statue and they got everything else. Mm-hmm. Except for the necklace and the shirt. You have to buy those separate. So you have options to buy those separately. But they weren't going to allow you to do that either. Until you got, what is it called?
Your camera's blurry.
Yeah, it's blurry because I was moving that around too much.
Oh, yeah.
But you got the stickers. You got the, what is it called? The codes for the game. You got a lot of the stuff that was, just everything goes in it. And you didn't have to pay an extra $1 more or anything else. You got it all for $60. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, I guess. I can't fix it. It's gonna adjust when it wants to adjust. But yeah, guys, as I said, it's the camera. I can't do nothing about that. But yeah, so that's what's happened. So yeah, guys, at the end of the stream, don't take it out on GameStop employees. Take it out on the company itself. Don't take it out on the employees. The employees just work there, dude. If you know anything about customer service, you know that. When McDonald's screws up and gets you bad food, it's the company's fault, not the employees. Not all the employees. You don't need to go in there killing the employee. You ain't Medea, who's able to drive through the fucking jam grocery store, drive to the fucking glass door, drive off and walk away without no crime or assault, and pull out all the freaking stuff that makes the freaking boxes and all that, and throw it at the employee while she's on her phone, blah 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 this, and crying all, hey, yeah, Byron, and all that bullshit. All right,
I knew you
you ain't gonna get away with that. I guarantee the minute you do that, you're gonna have a cop on you in 5.4 seconds. You ain't nothing like that. Don't try to pull some stuff. Don't be driving your car through GameStop windows. Don't do that. Don't do that. They're just a game store, bro. It ain't worth it. I'm telling you. First of all, if you drive any new car through the GameStop window, you ain't getting out of that car. That car's gonna die out. They're not built like that anymore. She used an old Lincoln, bro.
Not just
Their cars were made of metal. Those cars weigh more than your own fucking house.
Not just that, but freaking the cars cost a lot nowadays.
They cost a lot back then. That didn't stop her.
No.
What she was driving was a car that body weighs more than your damn self, your damn car itself. You put that car on top of your car, it's crushed. That thing weighs more than your car. That thing could probably tow something, a trailer, before your car could.
You're freaking...
And most people who had those cars, they cut out the back and they put bricks in it to make them lowriders.
Oh.
So on top of that, that car weighs more than what you think. That one door weighs more than your wife. Well, don't pick her up.
I wouldn't have to really put bricks in that car. I just have to put you in there.
I know. Guys.
In the back seat.
Unless you're a bodybuilder, don't do it.
He ain't no bodybuilder. He just...
No, I guarantee you're going to have to be a bodybuilder to carry that thing all day. Because that thing is heavy. Heavier than your regular car door. Your aluminum car door. That thing is pure metal. It's a steel door. You hit that motherfucker, you're crushing your car. I've seen those cars get hit. And the person with the new 2018 truck, Ford Tough. Yeah, no. That truck gets totaled before that car just gets a scratch. All you see is a little dent like this. They come up with the suction cup and go like this. And they're done. And they buff it in and clean it all up and sand it all down and they're fine. They got a brand new pimp out Lincoln. You over there with your freaking Ford, it's going to replace the bumper, the engine, and everything else because it just ripped right through that thing.
Smashed in.
Yep. You are not coming out of that. And that's a Ford, guys. Because that thing is pure metal. You're not going to run away through pure metal. And I guarantee that aluminum is going to break the minute you run through that glass and those frames. Because there's still frames holding those doors up. Still frames. They're built earthquake. They're built for that. Trust me. You ain't going to get away with it. You're not going to make it out of there because that steel frame that goes across is going to cut your car in half. Yeah, so don't go taking it on stores. That's all I'm saying. And just have peaceful and
please
guys,
don't.
take these things with a grain of salt. One, it's COVID. These guys who are working on it had to work from home, so that says a lot. When you don't have all your shit, you know how it is. When you don't have your shit working too, and you're working away from your home base, you know how it is. It's gonna be tougher. Yeah, do I agree that CD Projekt needs to answer some questions? Great that they're offering refunds. That's the least they can do. But, you know, guys, at least that's something. Because they could have just been asked and said, well, you bought it. You know, and then they had to offer refunds. But they're fighting for you guys. So, because they want this game to work. And I guarantee they do. You know, so just give them time. Give them some breaks. Don't kill GameStop. Don't kill their employees. Just kill their companies and their lawyers. Because it's just shareholders who are making their decisions in the corporate. They're CEOs that are making decisions. Go after CEO. Don't go after them. The employees they'll fire them anyway. They don't give a shit.
Anyway.
Yeah.
They don't get paid enough for this.
In Walmart, employees, do the right thing. Don't be assholes. I get working at Walmart's a bitch, but you chose to work there, so could have chose to work somewhere else. Sorry to say that. Anyway, that'll be all. And a positive note, stay happy. I will be streaming more Call of Duty till this thing gets fixed and till I get a sentence that is in the works.
Or my Phoenix.
Yes, I am thinking about recording this game and then we're doing a review on it where we show you a little bit of the gameplay while we talk about it. I'm going to go back to doing those kind of videos. And I think Immortal Phoenix is just one of them I'm going to do. I know that a lot of people have already talked about them, but my girl's been playing it, so you're gonna actually hear her for the first time do her review, because it's gonna be your thoughts, your thing of the game, what you think, what you like. I know you're a God freak, so that you're gonna have to keep, yeah, you're gonna have to keep it biased though. You're gonna have to keep it biased on his opinion.
Okay.
You have to make sure it's complete 50-50. If it was a good game, if it's worth its money, if it's really a good game, you know, it doesn't meet the standards of gamers. Doesn't meet that. You know, you're gonna have to kind of go into all that, come up with your what you want to say, how you want to do it, and we're gonna see her on stream, guys. We might just do it right here, and I'm gonna send it to my editor, and hopefully he'll be able to do another video, and he'll make you look pretty and more prettier on YouTube than you say you are. So, just joking. No, he'll make you look fine.
I am fine.
I know you are.
Oh, that sounded so conceited.
I know.
Scratch what I just said. Yeah, he's all like, I guess.
Bro, they fixed that game. Where have you been? They fixed that game.
Well, like a year after it got released?
They fixed it after like 2 years.
2 years.
They took them 3 years to fix the game.
Yeah. Because you bought it and then...
No, the worst game. This is not a bad game. Okay? The worst game to hit the shelves is still, what is it called?
Okay.
No, you'll never be able to. They never fixed it. They didn't even fix it.
What was it?
E.T. If you guys don't know this, the worst game to ever hit the shelves in the history of consoles.
Wasn't that an Atari? No.
E.T. He was in the NES and Atari, yes.
Yeah.
The first game to ever hit the shelves that was just broken. So broken it even made the movie look bad. Killed all the movie fans. Killed, just so broken. Was E.T. Back then, and this is the reason why. Back then, and this proves my point. Back then, E.T. came out. Back then, those games took 3 years to make. 3 years at a minimum to make a game. The shareholders wanted them to do it on launch day of Christmas that year to go alongside with E.T. movie. And that was 6 months away, and told this creator that he had 6 months to do it, and that was his deadline. He said himself he should have never took the job. He should have just said, nope, I didn't want to do it, but he understood it's a movie. He goes, do you understand that it takes 3 years to make these games? He goes, yes, we do, but we believe with your skill you can do it. Bro, that game came out and it broke. It was so broken we didn't even know what the fuck to do. There was no graphics. You all had a stick man, literally, of E.T.'s figure. A digital stick of E.T. figure while he's going around just pointing. And it was so fucked up. So fucked up that people returned the copy within the day. A day. It didn't take 3 days. They returned them that day. Literally, they took it home, came back that day. Over 75% of the game was already, and then within 2 days, that game was taken off the shelves and scrapped. That is the worst game in history. Fallout 76 is in second place, but they fixed it. This is in third place if they don't fix it. And this would be in, if it's worse than 76 after that, then it will jump the line to being second place. But I guarantee the first worst game ever to be ever known to men was E.T. And you ask any old gamer that's 30 years old, he will tell you it was fucked. It was like Cedar on steroids. You had to be high to even begin. I don't think a high person would even enjoy the game. And high people, back then, they got high. They were like, yeah. And I guarantee, no matter how much fucking you're stoned, how much you're stoned and drunk, you are not going to love the game. It was done. It was a dead game. Dead game. They call it the worst game in history. And to this day, that guy lost his career almost. That was the one game that haunts him to this day. E.T. Phone home. Worst thing ever to do. And that's because the shareholders pushed them to get it done by this time. Because they wanted it done for holiday. To go along with Christmas. That is exactly what happened with them. They got pushed and pushed and pushed. And that's what happened with Fallout 76. It's when you rush a console or rush a game that you shouldn't do it. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. PC, it works great. People have been saying the PC is awesome. There's going to be bugs still, but yeah, that's not as bad as what the PS4 looked. Oh my god, I saw some of the gameplay for the PS4. Dude, the car's running underneath the ground. Literally, the car is, here's the ground. Here's the ground, guys. Right? The car is literally under there. It's not even, it's like halfway up, looking like this. The guy is running between the ground.
To close.
Oh, yeah, there's a little character issue as well, where, I mean, the, your manhood is showing through your jeans pocket with the zipper down. Looks like if he zipped up his zipper, his shit would get cut off. He don't look good.
Owie.
Yeah. He's running around with the thing in his... Remember what happened with freaking, what was that? Something about Mary?
Oh, yeah.
Where he fucking zipped it up on himself, and it got stuck between the zipper and halfway through. That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
He's like, you're making your character torture himself every time he's running through the fucking thing. I don't think Connor Reeves wants to feel that pain.
I don't think you want to feel that pain either.
I feel bad. Just whoever was that dev for that character. Ooh.
Good thing he ain't real.
He was real in real life when they made him.
Apparently.
And then they took his body and they... I think when he looked at that game after he saw as a dev, he looked at that game and says, y'all fucked me up. So, yeah, that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Call of Duty. Play some more, I'm going to play some more Nuketown. Get the fuck out of it. But, yeah, I might go on a little bit. But, I don't know. We'll see. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for watching. You just came in the last minute, man. Last minute. Oh, why is it? What time is it?
Midnight.
Is it?
Yeah.
I get more viewers at midnight. You know what, guys? You guys want to stick around and watch me live? I'm gonna play some Call of Duty. Talk to me there. I'll have my chat on. Oh, Rukia.
He says bye because he said bye.
No, yeah, but I think I'll do that and play with you guys for a little bit since you guys have kind of watched me. So yeah, Toxic.
I get here when you're done.
Hey, I told you, bro. I told you I'll play some Call of Duty. You can join me there. Cold War. It's a beautiful game. We can play some Nuketown. And shit, I'm trying to get that season pass. I got 70 days to do it.
You're gonna take some bullets?
I'm gonna take some bullets. I'm gonna have to take some bullets. I was doing horrible today. I was like, I think my only time I actually made it above. You know what? It's so broken though. That game's broken. Believe it or not, Call of Duty has a bug. So when you go to play Domination, the more points you make you on top of the leaderboard. Mm-hmm. And this one, I had more points. My score was not but 20 death. I killed 25. I got 31 deaths. But I had 17 objectives. Between I think 10 of them was captured or defendants, and 5 of them were captures. Or 7 of them were captures. And I guarantee every time I did that, right? Mm-hmm. I was still on the bottom of the damn board. Because somebody had more kills than me, but they had way less objectives. In Domination, it's supposed to be the objectives that get you up on the leaderboard. The more objectives you do complete, the more you get on the leaderboard. No matter your kills or not. Your kills do kind of kill in the 6 wins, but not too much. Not to where I was at, right? No. These guys, even with me having a higher kill ratio than my death ratio, I still was on the bottom leaderboard with those objectives.
It's okay, you're supposed to be at the bottom anyway.
So I think it's broken. What? Dude, are you yelling at me?
No, he's crying.
No, he ain't crying. I don't see no tears.
SpongeBob?
SpongeBob's yelling at me.
No.
What did I do?
He's not yelling at you. Remember? Don't you remember that episode where he sings on a rock band or whatever? Where he
Are you singing?
No.
What's he doing?
I don't know what that emoji's for, but it looks like that. Cause see, it looks like he has a little mic.
He has the rock band, but what is he? Oh, he's singing. What are you singing, bro? Did you play the violin? How rude.
Alright, we'll go stream.
If you're working on a music video, bro, I'll be there. Let's do this. Let's do it. We'll be calling
Go
it.
stream.
We'll call it Cyberpunk Sucks. No, CD Projekt Red fucked up music video.
We'll call it Jackson doesn't need more caffeine.
Oh, fuck you. He's like, lit! Yes, he knows it! We'll have to make it a rock music video, though. So the CD Projekt Red. You know, you're gonna have to make it rock.
Ah, you drank all of it.
That's exactly what I bought it for. To drink it. Not for you to steal it.
It's okay, I'll steal your Reese's when you're asleep.
Holy! I'm gonna slap you.
Fine, I'll just take this then.
Don't touch the hat. You know, you touch the fro, you gotta go. You touch the hat, you gotta go too. Touch the hat, you're about to get slapped. Oh, that's better.
If I touch the hat?
Yeah.
What if I touch here?
Oh, touch the fat, you're about to get slapped too. No.
Okay.
I don't know yet. I hear people saying it's broken. On PS4, it's really bad. On the Xbox One, it's really bad.
Consoles was mostly bad.
PS5 and Xbox Series X. I haven't played on Series X, but on the I have a friend who's played on Series X. He says this is doing pretty well. PS5, it's sort of broken. Unless if you didn't let Jackie out on the first mission, when you're supposed to let him walk out first, you'll have to restart the mission again and do all that over again. But she had the same problem too. So there is a few bugs on the newer consoles, but that's not so much broken. But if you have a PS4 or Xbox One, it's definitely broken. Definitely broken. But there is a fix. There's a patch on the 21st that's coming out, right?
They said January and February they're gonna be.
But they said there was a patch coming out this week.
They're gonna try to.
They're gonna try to push the patch out this week to fix all that shit. So
if
we'll
not,
see.
It's gonna be in January and February.
Yeah, that too. So they're gonna fix all of it eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you might want to pick that up now.
Look at that! He's making me.
Ow, my back. Okay, so I don't believe that, guys. Let's remember, CD Projekt Red has always been, well. You know what? Let me look that up. Now you got me curious. What products have actually CD Red have done in the past that? Because I know one of them's not Witcher, is it?
It was Witcher, wasn't it?
I want to say it was.
Yeah, because they were talking about Witcher. The third one, I think it was. I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh yeah, Witcher 3. No, dude, guys, they did all the Witcher. They did all the Grant. They did Thornberger.
Saints Row.
Yeah, they've done all the Witchers. They've done Saints Row. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be the end of Project Red. Dark Souls 3, dude, no, it's not gonna be the end of Project Red. I just think this one did hurt them.
Especially because Witcher's so popular. It's gonna hurt them, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt their budget a little bit and their reputation. But if they fix the game, it's not gonna take us beating as 76 is. No, 76 didn't take 76 one game. Bethesda has been fucked up from the very beginning. A lot of their games, even though they're great and all, Bethesda has had some bad games right after one another. It took them like 2 or 3 games in a row before they wound up being bad. This was this one game that just everybody was excited for, and this is the one time they tried to go into more of an open world. Yeah, it just goes into an open world that did more like a Grand Theft Auto kind of thing, and trying to stay away from Grand Theft Auto as much as they can without getting copyrighted by Grand Theft Auto. Because if you think about it, Grand Theft Auto kind of does this kind of product, and it kind of follows that line But there's so much they can do with this after you're done with all your missions, and there's so much they can add into it. So it's not like it's gonna ruin them. I think it hurts them on the launch. Yes. Did it really hurt them on launch? Maybe it hurt their launch sales. But once they fix it, I guarantee this game is gonna go a lot further. What you can do in that world, how they want to expand that world, it leaves so much open air, so much open. Guys, I spent 3 hours in the game. There's so much they can do with this game. I don't think it's gonna break them that much. It's gonna hurt them. It hurts them now, but the fact that they're wanting refunds, the fact that they're trying to work with Sony and even telling Sony no, you need to refund them, shows that they're not gonna let them not refund them. So it shows customer service. It shows that they care about the game. Guys, they spent 8 years on this game. I mean, they're not gonna let this game tank, and I don't think that's gonna be the last standing of them. I guarantee it does hurt them, but this is their first game they tanked on, yeah. Since Dark Souls, Witcher 3, their last project was Witcher 3, wasn't it? Yeah, their latest project was Witcher 3. That didn't tank either. Yeah, I believe there's going to be more. Guys, the way the 27 is, they can go on to 2078. They can go on to 2079. Cyberpunk 2070, 2030. You know, they can go all the way up there. Or 2080. And it could be different things each year. They could add more politics, more things that go different. They can even make it to where you left off, if you chose this route, this is how it's going to be in the near future, and see where your future went as you're going through the storyline. There's so much they can do with this game. But you gotta get past the patches. Let's see what they do with the patches. I don't think it's gonna take. I mean, they're acknowledging it. Unlike the reason why 76 was so bad is because 76 didn't want. Oh, 76 didn't want to acknowledge they were being stupid. But the game was broken. They tried to deny it. They tried to deny refunds. They tried to hold out and say, "Oh no, it's not broken. It's not broken. It's not broken." They even canceled people who were not broken. They went after YouTubers and streamers who claimed they were broken. I know. They did everything. As much as you can say, they did everything they possibly could to deny that it was broken, and people were pissed that they weren't fixing nothing. So this Cyberpunk is not their first game. Not. They did CG Red, they did all that. So yeah, this game is gonna go on for a while. There's ways to fix this game, and it's not so bad for newer consoles. I think as the time goes on, they understand more newer consoles. Because even Sony said himself, the developer, this console is great to build on because it's going to still offer future things that the console is still going to be able to do in the future that we can't do now with it. So, I mean, it's just figuring out all the quirks, man. It's just bad launch timing. I really think it was. I think if they just would have held out longer, we didn't push them to hold it out longer. If we didn't push it. Yeah, pretty much, and that's what's pissing off Nintendo. But now Nintendo's actually accepting their Nintendo is now accepting Drift Flag. They're actually fixing it. Yeah, 16 times the car's going into the floor. I know. It'll be fixed. So yeah, it's all about how the company chooses to handle it. It don't look good for them, but it does not make them look that bad either, because we did push them, and they have a lot to go on with that. But we also have COVID, and so that kind of shields them a little bit. And also the fact that they're willing to patch it up actually makes them look good later on. So gamers are going to give them a little bit more benefit of the doubt. I would say gamer would give them more accreditation that they're willing to take the time to give you the free game and fix it when it's ready. Really. I think this is exactly why they showed it off like this, to let gamers know, like, guys, we weren't ready. And you guys forced us to be ready, and now we're going to let you buy it back, but you're going to have to wait again. Or you're going to have to allow patches until all the patches come out, to all the bugs. And I guarantee as long as somebody like me who's a YouTuber who's still playing it and fixing out through the bugs while they're waiting through the patches, and when the patches come out and I stream it and things like that, people are going to see it. People are going to want to look at it, and they're going to say, oh, well, now the game's worth getting. And they're going to go back and buy it again. I guarantee. People right now are still buying 76. It's just that good of a game now. wasn't great in the beginning, though. They didn't really hurt themselves that bad. They still have time to fix it. 76 just did it on purpose. They didn't care. They didn't care about the things. They were trying to do everything they could to hide it. So. But even then, Nintendo's Joy-Con problem is not killing Nintendo either. So, especially that they're trying to announce a new Nintendo Pro or Super in March. So, yeah, guys, they're gonna fix that issue in the new one. I guarantee it. So, and if you bought your Switch at GameStop with their warranty, you can just take your Joy-Cons right in there. She'll replace them right for you. They'll replace them. You'll take them in and replace them. Because it's just a drift. It's always a left trigger. It's always a left stick. So, just, yeah, so, guys, anyway, I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. And then, unless Toxic, you want to get in the game? BLM. Dude, that's a good question, dude. I mean, I've been following, I know a little bit about Black Lives Matter. A lot of it, what I saw on YouTube was not okay, regardless if you're, I'm going to cover this right now. My godfather's black, my godbrother's black, some of my family's black and African American descent. Some of my best friends mostly are black. A lot of people won't speak up on this, but with the videos I saw them storming Walmart, storming this, taking down certain things that even if you don't think it's right, it's vandalism. When you start marching, Martin Luther King said one thing: do not act with violence, do not act with vandalism, do not act with anything. Speak your minds and walk freely. And he did it. And he proved that you didn't need to vandalize to get your point across. A lot of these younger kids putting chains around people, acting like they're guaranteed something because of because something happened to their ancestors. Yeah, I'm not getting wrong. Cops have been bad. There's a lot of bad cops, and they've been really racist in the cop industry. They've been really racist in some states. Racism is still a big thing, and it always will be. When I was living in Lodi, California, racism was really bad, to the point where some of my friends didn't even come out of the house. They were scared to even open the door to somebody who answered the door. My point is that what I don't like is that I respect Black Lives Matter just as much as I respect all life matters. What I don't like, and I respect companies trying to shed a light on it. Any company that's trying to put something out there is boosting for you guys. It's on. You're trying to be. When you have companies in this world that are trying to actually show support to you guys, that helps your situation with legislation. That helps your situation with counsel, lawyers. That helps your situation with this, and it shows where they stand. Sony's always didn't care about race, didn't care about this and that. So for Black Lives Matter to come out on a Sony console, and you guys call them racist for that, them slandering your thing, I think is kind of dumb, because if you think about it, they're Chinese or Japanese, and most Asians built this country railroad stations before you guys even had gone slavery in the state. New York was housed of a lot of the first immigrants to be kicked out of the American people. So a lot of your stuff that happened to build the railroads, they were involved into too, not just African Americans. So I believe they're speaking out to show support, and I think that's why they did it. Now, I don't know the whole controversy in it. I don't know who did it. If somebody in Sony decided to do that, I don't know. If it was a signaling to something, I don't know, Toxic. You probably know more about it than I do, because I haven't, as I said, I haven't followed it too much. I haven't read into it too much. I've heard a few things about it, but what I also said was that um, my point is that the way it was handled wasn't properly. Um, we get your point, but when you start beating down people, you start hurting them. I've seen people throw a homeless man's bed on fire. When you start hurting innocent families, when you start just attacking white people just to attack white people as little children in the mall, parents are not watching their kids, and mostly are, and I hate to say this, in Stockton, when I lived in it, it's mostly African American kids who do not get their parents watching. They're running around the mall, stealing shit, slapping people, beating them up, starting cool fights, trying to be tough, and it's that attitude. Um, it's an attitude thing that I mean, in your families you've inherited it, or on the streets you've inherited it, and most of them are that biograph. But at the same time, the white people are the same way. There's white people who are on that same demographic and done the same stupid shit. The one thing I didn't like to see though is that we have the leaders of that are running through Walmarts, tearing them and flooding them up. A store for what? Hurting employees, hurting people's families, hurting um, you never know. During this pandemic, they needed to go to that store for something, and now they can't because you guys rated it, or they rated it. Black Lives Matter rated it. So, um, I will say that the way they went about it was all wrong. Um, they didn't need to get violent to prove a point, and that's the point. And they didn't need to get violent on the cops either. The cops should have never got violent with you guys. The military should have never got involved either. I think it should have been a peaceful protest, and it should have been done properly on both sides. And I think both sides screwed it up. If they're signaling for a civil war, then that's what it's going to come to. And I guarantee it's not just going to be about blacks. It's a civil war because the Congress is not doing their job. And that's been a problem for since day one. And a lot of the old Congress people need to get kicked out of office. They just do. Because a lot of them support all that crap. A lot of them start that shit. A lot of them start to antagonize you guys. A lot of them start trying to antagonize the demographics. A lot of them claim that they're back in the demographics. Yet they're the ones causing the school shootings. Yet they're the ones paying those kids to do school shootings or causing school Walmart shootings. Those to just prove a point for legislation. Just to change legislation. To get things done their way. And Democrats have had pockets in that for years. So I think there's a lot of corruption going on, no matter what race you're in, and you're just using your race to get that point. I think, and a lot of the white people that were in on that, making it a lot worse for you guys, was not there. Granted, some of them were trying to be peaceful, but majority of you guys weren't, and it was really bad. Really bad. What we saw, what we didn't see, I've seen all sides, but I don't think a company, unless somebody who was African American descent decided to do it, and say, took to Sony and said, hey, this is the reason, and maybe lied to Sony why they were doing it. I could see Sony back doing something like this to back you guys up, to show that you guys have got support. But then if you really think it's somebody singling it, it would have to be in some individual who decided to come up with it and knew what he was singling. And there should be a hidden signal in there or hidden something that we don't see. That you have to look really hard to find, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure Sony's not going to put anything out there to signal Civil War. And if they did, then, I don't think it's going to look good for them either. So, I don't know. As I said, I'm your friend. I get it. It's such a subject even for me, because I'm Italian. I stood by, my family, my heritage just stood by and supported African American descent people. We were in the same situation. We were right next to you guys. We were the ones who were getting beat up too. So, it's bad. Anybody who's a different descent at the time was getting hit with slavery as well. Or some kind of, issues that had happened to something when Martin Luther King was walking. It pained me when I read it in the school books, what happened to Martin Luther King, how he got shot and things like that. It pained me to see all that, because at the end of the day, no one human being should be treated like that, and no human being should be the way it was. Okay, then you know that we had issues back in those days with the same situation. Yeah, I'm full. If you don't know this, even the mob back in those days were hired to stop gun ships, coming onto the New York border and causing them to. They were charged to stop other countries when the war was going on, to stop them from coming to our border and barring on our land, because those gunships were going to attack our lands. And so they went up against it and hired the FBI hired them, the mob, to make a deal with them that they started flowing fires and putting in their boats on fires. So yeah, dude, I mean, we've been all a part of it, and in one way or another, we've been used by the country, and this is it. Um, it's crazy. You know, we've had our fair share dealing with the government too. Um, and other reasons is because they knew we weren't here. Um, a lot of shit started after you guys. A lot of you guys were bred in this shit when America was first built. Italian province came after that, but it still happened during Martin Luther King. But the one thing most Italians did stand for were firm. They stood firm against the. They fought with you guys against the war against white depression. They really did. They stood right by you guys every step of the way, and it kind of helped you guys, blacks. So, did the mob believe in interracial breeding? No, but they did believe in respecting the what was good for the community. Um, so yeah, I mean the mobs really did try to help. Uh, but yeah, no one wanted that, and I think if you're trying to use if Sony is trying to use their game consoles to signal a war, um, I wouldn't think they would get very far. I mean, if you think about it, they have every U.S. and every um, hack top hackers in the world in cyber warfare right now, dealing with cyber warfare right now, looking in on game consoles. What's happening, everything that goes up digitally, they're watching, and anything gets flagged, anything that gets close to signaling a civil war, I'm pretty sure they've already figured that out already, because the last thing this government wants is a civil war. So they've already put in security measures. The first time they put in security measures is to stop civil wars from happening ever again. So that's the first thing they put in before they even put in terrorist attacks. Bots out there to stop the bots from terrorist attacks. So the first thing they always do is stop a civil war. Anything that would signal a war or a group of people. That's why they handled the way they handled riots or walking down the street or protesting. You could have a right to protest, but they're going to handle it in a way of you guys are terrorists in a way, because they don't want a civil war. That's why Democrats want all guns taken away. Democrats are really the reason why you guys are having these issues. Yep. So yeah, no, but as I said, this is a gaming channel. I don't want to get too involved in it, but I mean, I'm not gonna. I feel you. I feel it, dude. It's scary. Um, I have COD. I have Cold War, New Newtown. They released the season 1 pass, so I've been working on that. Cause the old one doesn't have a season pass no more. They didn't put season 8 on Modern Warfare, did they? Not that I know of. I'll check it, but I didn't see a season pass. I know there's a whole new maps for Cold War, like the mall one, and then I know there's a new map for I know there's new stuff for the what do they call it? Um um I know you could do, what do they call it? I know you could do new Warzone stuff. There's new Warzone stuff. Oh, you don't have the new COD? Yeah, there's new maps. Season 1, no. Okay, don't think so. Season 8. Yeah, then that's the eight, or was it season 7 on Modern Warfare? Then on the new season, then it's gonna be Cold War, guys. Then yeah, let's do Cold War if you're down for it. Rookie, you got Cold War or no? Oh, you don't have Cold War? Damn. You never got it? It's like $50 right now at Walmart. Yeah, I already completed season 6. mean, you still got your PlayStation, right? We can still PlayStation chat though, if you want to do that. If you still have your PlayStation, Toxic, we can still talk on PlayStation chat. Did they do anything new to Did they even do anything new to Warzone? Yeah, then we'll just do that. Alright. I'm gonna switch over then, guys. Yeah. Okay. I mean, last time I was on Cold War, it was just Warzone. It was just really bad. No, just to Warzone itself. I mean, they said that was the update I got when they gave me the update for the Cold War. Said something new about Warzone as well. So I don't know what they've done. I'll get on my PS5 right now and I'll send you a voice chat and we can look. I know I can cross-play with you on Warzone, regardless of the console. So I'll figure about it. But the last time I checked, Warzone was just really bad. There were some issues and shit like that, so that's why I've been staying away from it. But I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a new map on Warzone, a whole new map. But someone was playing it on Modern Warfare, I believe. I don't know if they're playing on Modern Warfare or you gotta have Cold. I don't know if you have to have Cold War in order to play it though. I know I got some badass shit though for it. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, I'll switch over. I'm gonna have to quit this one to switch over though, or maybe I'll just. All right, let me use the restroom. I'll switch over.